No. Guys, welcome back to Boss Beginnings. You see the title, right? So we're still on this Love is Blind. I need y'all to watch the previous two. We talked about who was day one. We did DK and Shake. Deet. What's her name? Deet. We did Deet and Shake the first day. Yesterday we did Ayana and Jared. And today we're gonna do Sal and Mallory. So before we get started, we gotta do Sal's theme song. Make them think you love them and you dip up on them. That's what he did to Sal. No, that's what he did to her. Before we get started, go ahead and like this video. As always, let me know who's your favorite couple in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not become a part of Boss Beginnings. I have a group on Facebook or whatever. So I know you're saying, like, what does Love is Blind have to do with my new channel? Well, the channel is going through an evolution. And I am turning into the virtual love games. And so slowly we'll be talking about, different love shows or just breaking down, different relationship things. And we'll get couples on here. So if you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area and you want me to find the love of your life, contact me. I'll put my email in the description so that you can contact me and we're going to hook it up. Okay. So
Melissa the matchmaker.
The matchmaker. Yeah, the matchmaker. I might match myself up to. I thought, but yeah, I might match myself up to. But but go ahead, introduce yourself.
I'm Olivia.
Peace and Hagrid's. And you see her hair is so pretty. So now she got the bun. She make me want to put my hair in two buns. That's cute. I like that.
Like it was a little lopsided because I was laying down.
But it's cute. But yeah, so tonight we're gonna be talking about what's the people name? We're gonna be talking about Sal and Mallory, right? And so first thing we want to do is we want to talk about, let's start from the beginning on how they met in the pod and how was their relationship in the pod. What do you think about that?
So when they met in the pod, I really didn't think that he was going to be the one that she chose. And the reason why I say that is they had a small connection in there, but it didn't make me think like she would pick him over Jared.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seemed like Jerry had expressed time and time again, one day it's her, one day it's her. But I also feel like because she knew she wasn't the only one, that's why she probably didn't pick Jared. She went with the safe choice, which was Sal.
Right. I didn't watch the pod, so I can't really comment on that. But what I will say is, I felt like throughout the show that Mallory really didn't like Sal. And even when, after they were in Mexico and they were at the bar, it just seemed like her chemistry was so much better with Jared than it was with Sal. It was like Sal was like the consolation prize. It's like, okay, I'm gonna date you because you're here, you're the safe option, but I never really got a feeling that Mallory liked Sal. What you think?
Yeah, I think that he was a safe choice. So I feel like she had some type of attraction, but I don't think if they would have met out on the street, she would have gave him a chance. To be
That's what
honest.
she said. And she's sitting there, and this is what I don't get. I get that they're on this show and that maybe they forgot they didn't forget the cameras was there, but you just get comfortable, right? So I get they were on the show, they got comfortable, but I feel like it was so disrespectful because not just that her talking to Jared, but like the things that they were talking about when they got to Mexico. So her talking about her ring, and when she asked her, "Would you date, Sal, if you would have just saw him regularly on the street?" She's like, "No, he's not a guy I would have went for." Who says that about the person you accepted the engagement to? Like, to me, she's just as bad as Shake. It's like, And then she said it to the other guy that proposed to her, not just anybody. She said it to the other guy, and then she was just smiling and laughing. And I'm with Sal. At the end of that, she said, I don't have to get married. And, he heard that.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember he asked her about that. What did you mean by that? What was that statement about? And I'm not for sure now that you say that conversation she had. We don't know if Jared went back and kind of repeated that conversation. You remember
Mm,
he asked him some questions on camera, but he
yeah.
kind of well, it wasn't like that. I don't know. I feel like it's some
Because they
shade.
wouldn't want us to know if he did, because they want us to be, be surprised at the end. Like I said yesterday, I kind of feel like because he was hurt, he was crying in Mexico. So I kind of feel like when that happened, he decided to keep going on with the process because you're in beautiful Mexico, somebody he really did have a crush on. But I think in his mind, then he knew he wasn't going to pick her. Like he plays this, oh, I wanted to see the day of. Da, da, da. I think he thought in his mind, like, I'm a wow her. I'm gonna make her feel like this is the best she's ever been treated, and then I'm gonna tell her no because she disrespected me. Because men are vindictive like that, and that's why I keep thinking. I was like, why would he bring this band to the wedding if he didn't want to marry her? Like that's something special. That's to create a memory. Y'all don't have a memory to create because you're saying no, huh?
Trying to get her to buy into it.
He was trying to get her to buy into it. I think maybe he tried for a little while, afterwards. He was like, I'm going to try. But then when she checked him on the couch, and she was like, look, you got them chicks coming by your house. She's like, that happened again. It's over. I think he felt like she didn't really like him, that he was just a consolation prize. He was the easy option. And she could tell by her actions, because she didn't try to talk it over with him. She just said, what can we do? Are you finished? It was just like, look, who is that? It can't happen again. And he's gone. And it's funny because I'm going to post this video tomorrow. I saw a video online where he went live on his page and he was talking about the incident with a lady that stopped by his house or whatever. And I guess I didn't know how big the incident was because she just said someone came to his sister's house. But I guess what really happened is he said that they actually got casted back in 2019, but it was prolonged because of COVID. And so, he had prepared to come on the show. He wasn't dating anybody at the time, but then COVID hit and they couldn't bring him on. And so they told, well, don't put your life on pause for us, just keep on living. And so he said, but he kept in the back of his mind that he was going to do the show. So he didn't want to get in a serious relationship because, at least this is what he's telling us, because he knew he was going to be on the show. So he said he met the girl or whatever. And, he explained that to her, but she was saying like, oh, I just want to be a friend. And so they started dating or whatever you want to call it. They started hanging out. But he said they had clear boundaries, but you know what that means for men. He said they had clear boundaries and he was still dating other people. He thought she was still dating other people. Long story short, even when he got picked for the show, in her mind, because I guess she became close with his sister. So even when he got picked for the show, she thought like, oh, he won't be there long. She didn't expect him to go as far as he did. So once, I guess once he was gone for a little while and she figured out like, oh, he's really out there connecting with somebody, she snapped and she showed up at his sister's house. And she basically, according to Sal, she kind of said, my brother has a and he knows how to use it. Like, why is he playing with me? So the sister said she calmed her down and, explained like, hey, none of us have heard from him because, they took their phones away from them when they went on the show. So, she had to calm her down and let her know, like, nobody's heard from him. Like, we don't know, what's going on, da, da, da. And like, that was the situation. Like, basically he says she fell for him and they were never really in a relationship. But me and say that all the time. But they were never in a relationship, so she was hurt, and so she acted out. And I mean, I know it can happen, but usually, if somebody willing to come to your house like that, like some love, some pillow talking had to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was more than the boundaries, da da da. And let's just be real, you just can't play with people's emotion. Men try to act like that's really like there's a button on you where you can say, well, I won't like this guy. Let me click this button. He kept saying, as adults, we made a decision that we were gonna da da da. Like your body will make a decision, your heart will make a decision that your mind doesn't want to make. So like when people get in these relationships and they think that we could just be no strings attached, like there's no way who you're gonna fall for and who you're not.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So, so that was the big deal, I guess, with that situation, which I didn't know it was all that. I just thought somebody showed up. But, to be fair, because how fast everything went, like, you go away, you probably don't think you'll get picked like that either. And then, you got to come home and clean up loose ends. I think if I was on the show and I was dating somebody and somebody from their past came back, as long as we married now, so as long as it's not somebody that they're willing to get rid of, I don't think I would trip because everything happens so fast. Like you don't have time to go there and clean up, you know.
I don't know. You want to take the risk of being with him, knowing he
But
got
you're
a
already
family
married
coming?
by then.
Yeah, that's true. But
Well, I guess they're not married by
have
then.
to move. They have to
They were
move.
engaged. They weren't married yet. That's just when she was staying with him. Oh, were they staying together? That's when they got back. But he did a really good job, I think, of wooing her, and he did the singing.
Yeah, he probably played the same song with that girl.
Probably them same songs. He probably did the same picnics. He was extra. He was extra.
That's why that girl's going crazy. He ain't gonna be doing all this nice stuff to
It's
drop me
true.
off.
He probably was. Yep. He probably had that little ukulele out.
Singing to
They
her.
probably had picnics, and they probably had everything. Yeah, you're right. Well, I was told. Let's get to the wedding day. So I was totally shocked uh, by the wedding day because he had a whole band there. You know what
I
I'm saying?
would too.
And I don't think his sisters really liked her much. And the reason why I say that, Lacey said she knew they loved her, but I was like, I don't think his sisters really liked her much because they can see through you. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah.
woman can see through another woman, and I feel like they read that she not really into you like that. Like
Hmm.
she likes you. She likes what you represent. She likes who you are as a person. She doesn't want to be with you. You know, like I even felt like in her speech when she was talking about she was gonna say yes, she even sounded like she was ready to settle. She was like, so I'm
Yeah.
going here. I'm ready for something different. Like she's buying shoes. I'm ready for something different. So I'll go in here and I'm gonna say yes and all this stuff. And I felt like she never even act like she was really interested in even marrying him.
No, she wasn't. I think it was just a safe choice. And when she got it, she was like, let me just make this work. And now I done went this far with you. You met my, family members and stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
yeah, that's,
And then you gotta think about it. Her mom was mad at her for being a part of the show, so she probably felt like she had something to prove. So she didn't want to just say, "No, this not gonna work," because she had to feel like I told y'all this would work, and then he got out there and embarrassed.
it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of hard to watch,
Hmm.
especially when she asked about them dating and, working through it. And he was just like, give me a couple days or something. I
Yeah,
was like,
I'm wondering if they're together now because he did an interview and he was saying I'm happy and Mallory's happy, but you'll have to wait to see. And I feel like if they're dating now, it's just she just out to prove a point. She don't really want him.
I don't know. I researched all cast member pages and they ain't posted since the show
And
came.
I don't think they can.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
Yeah, because I was trying to Google it too, see if I saw any tips or anybody like leaving like this is what's really going on. Somebody who might personally know him or something, but I couldn't find anything. I just saw these interviews, and I know that on the reunion, Shake gets into it with everybody. I know that Natalie gets to address Shayna and her comments, and it sounds like Shane is trying to win Natalie back, but I hope she don't fall for it because he's on drugs. But you know. But yeah, so the day of the wedding, Sal has this. Sal sounded like he was gonna say no, but in my mind, I just thought this is the show trying to hype us up to make us think he's about to say no.
Hmm.
Really, he's gonna choose her. So I was very shocked when he actually said no, and I think she was too, and I think she handled it pretty well. I don't know if I would have handled it as well as she did, especially if you felt like you were settling, and then the person you settled for didn't want to settle for you. you know, so like I guess this brings a question to me. As we get older and we're still dating and stuff, so like, does stability and consistency outweigh connection?
Um, I think it just depends on the person because um, certain things I believe you can look over, and then it depends on what your like. I guess it depends on what your list is. Now, I won't say list. I guess your break, like your, this would work out like breaking points in some
Hmm.
sense. Like you can't have this, you can't have that, because you do have to look at the person. You do have to be with them. Looks are temporary, but kind of like what Shake was saying, it has to be some type of
Spark.
attraction to it.
Yeah.
There has to be something, because otherwise you're just gonna treat him like your homie, your friend, and you want the
And she
homie and the
seemed
brother
bored
and the
with
friend,
him.
huh?
She seemed it was just like a different energy when she was with, even though I only saw her with Jared for that short period of time. But that short period of time when they were at the and I know we don't get to see everything, but that short period of time when they were at the bar, it's like she was laughing and joking and she seemed free.
Just
And every time
uncomfortable.
I saw her with Sal, it was like, okay, that's so sweet. I really love you. You're gonna be out of here if I hear about another girl. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the vibe she gave when she was with him,
Hmm.
opposed to when she was with Jared. You think she regrets not picking Jared?
Yeah, when she saw him, she was like, I could have made that work. And she knew that he liked her more. You know what I'm saying? Like there
Mm-hmm.
was a certain energy about him. He probably would have went above and beyond for her because of the fact that he liked her so much.
Yeah,
He wouldn't have been out in the club.
right. He wouldn't be out past 3 o'clock had he chosen her because I think that he felt like
That
she
was
was
his
a
first
prize
choice.
to get. Yeah. And like I was saying yesterday with Lacey, you came in like the last 2 seconds. I said that's gonna be their big issue for Jared and Ayana, like living through the fact that she wasn't his first choice. Like she was crying
Mhm.
about that. She says she's over it in all the interviews, but she was crying about that the day before they got married. So it just makes me wonder if they're gonna be able, like, should they gonna have to do some type of therapy, to get through that? Because she's gonna always feel like, you know, he had a better connection with somebody else than he had with her. And now Mallory is single. I think she didn't marry Sal, so and they all in
You
Chicago.
might get to that reunion show, get to talking and chatting with
Hmm.
him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to live that life. I know, like a lot of times, we're somebody's second choice, but we don't have to know it.
I don't want to know it.
I don't
If
want
you
to know.
make me an option, just don't put me in the equation. No,
Don't put
no.
me. And if you do, make sure I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got two girls and you got to narrow it down,
That's a lie.
I don't want to know, huh?
I don't want to know.
But yeah, so it was very sad and it was very untouching.
Hmm.
That he didn't pick her. I think some people said they thought he was fake and that he was just putting on to build his platform. I think he actually came there with genuine intentions, but I think once he wasn't getting the same effort back from her that he
He
was.
was like, I don't want the image of getting played.
Yeah, I feel like he was the male version of DT. I heard his name. I feel like he was the male version because he was dating with somebody that wasn't fully attracted to him. That didn't really value. Well, she didn't talk about all the connections. I still think that Shake is stupid because he talked about how she was such a great person and how they connected so well, and she wasn't ugly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if she was ugly, I can see that. But like if she just average, I'm not calling her average, but if he felt like she was just average, I feel like the good outweighed the bad. She was in shape. She wasn't ugly. She had a nice job. I feel like they could have made that work, but it is what it is. But and just going back to Sal and I can't wait to see the reunion because I just want to know if they're dating now, if they're talking, or did he really take her up on that? And if I was Mallory, I think that I wouldn't go out on a date with him because if I ask you about you want to go out, do you want to still pursue this, and you push me off like that, that's a turn off for me. It's like you don't get to do that. Like you already embarrassed me at the altar. You don't then get to say let's just take a break for a while, and I just jump whenever you come calling. So I think it would have been a wrap for me. I think if I did this process, the only way that I date you after we not say yes at the altar is if we agreed on it before we went up there. And we're both going, we're just going to go ahead and stop it because we're not ready, but we still love each other. We want to still date and see if this can be something and maybe reconvene in 60 months to a year. But today we not ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But ain't no, I'm getting up there about to say yes. And you go, I can't do this. I'm not going to be as calm as she was like, it's okay. I'll be like, okay, I see what you're doing and I'm gonna walk out. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. I'm not gonna act a fool because I'm on camera, but
That's
I'm gonna be
right.
like Shane. I'm gonna be like Shane. Yeah, uh-huh. They're like, you gonna make it work? Like, no, I ain't making it work. If he didn't, I'll be just like Shane. It's over. It's over. This is it. This is
Oh
it.
my God.
But yeah, I think this was an easy one to go over with because I think it's clear cut that that he was more into her than she was into him, and he was giving his all, his best songs, his best
Yeah.
shit, and she just really wasn't feeling it because she wanted the party boy. She wanted
This is
somebody.
what I don't get. Why did she pick Sal when she cried for Jerry? It didn't click to me. I don't
Two
know.
things came to my mind, right? I think she knew he was black, and there could be a chance that even if she's open to dating a black guy, she might have saw the issues with her family, or you know what I mean, like
Oh, her mom, yeah, you're
yeah.
right.
So she might have thought like, I'm really vibing with this guy, but I just know I can't pick him because it'll be too much, too much drama in my home.
Mm,
Or, she really just thought, she didn't know if he was her. She didn't know if she was his number one because, according to Lacey, he was always honest and upfront that he had two people he was really considering. So maybe she had already decided she was going with Sal because she didn't know if he was, if she was his number one. And so she didn't want to be played and she wanted to make sure she got to Mexico. So it's either or. Either
yeah, and you
her
do gotta
parents,
hope that the voice you hearing is not ugly. I
huh?
mean, I know it's supposed to be Love Is Blind, but you do gotta hope that the voice you listen to is ugly. Ugly
That's
person.
what I keep wondering. Like, if I did this show, would I be able to? If I really, I don't think I could get. See, that's the thing. But see, they was in there for hours because I honestly believe I would stop myself from getting a connection with somebody until I saw them. Because I don't want to build this bond with somebody, build this connection, and then I
Yeah,
see them and they not my type. You know,
yeah.
they would kill it for me. But I guess if I go on Love and Blind, I'm saying that doesn't matter, right? And they ain't got to just be fine.
Love Is Blind is saying it matters. True.
Yeah. I wouldn't go on that show because I don't want to take a L and I don't want to be anybody's L. I don't want nobody doing no campaign on me. She
That's gonna be a new show if I'm on there. I'm telling you right now. Let me find out. He
imagine,
said what?
imagine going on that show thinking you in love. Then you get home and your significant other was going around to everybody. She real good people, you know what I'm saying? She check all type of boxes. Like basically he said like she's a little slave, She hit parts of my body I ain't never even knew I needed. But she ugly. She remind me of my auntie, like
Um, when Jared saw his fiance, he was like, "Whoa!" He was shocked how pretty she was.
yeah, she was cute. And she just has an innocence about her. I think Shayna, when she saw her fiance, she was like, I'm going home. And then she tried to get her role back. So she tried to like she wanted him. I'm gonna let him meet my family. And then she knows she didn't want that boy. She
When they down,
uh,
when they down,
they was looking at him. They're like, so you do you believe? I can't hear you. What happened?
when they sat down on the couch, everybody else was hugging and kissing each other. Oh,
Hmm.
y'all,
He looked evil though. That dude. She wouldn't even open her eyes when she was like this. She's like, no, I don't think. It was just too fast for me. It's like you knew what you signed up for. You saw that dude came around there, got on one knee. You was like, this ain't it. This ain't
I
it.
do think her and Shane would work.
Right. I think her and Shane would be great because they both high strung. And I think they both are believers. I think they will work out good. I think Natalie. I don't think that there was somebody there doing that we saw that would be a good make for her. I think they just need to give her another show. I feel like DT, whatever her name is, and Sal should be together. I feel like maybe who was Shayna paired up to? What was that guy name? Don't worry about it. But him and Nick would have been good together. And
Mm.
then oh, you know who would have been they wouldn't have been good together, but they would have been entertaining if Danielle and Shane had been together. That would have been entertaining.
Danielle and Shane. Who was Danielle? I'm trying to think.
With the black hair, the one who lost all the weight.
Okay, that would have been horrible.
He'd have snapped on her every night. That'd have been hilarious. He'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Now, what I think the thing was, he wanted somebody to stroke his ego, and old girl didn't want to do that. She's
Yeah,
like,
that wasn't her personality. I think Natalie has a personality like me. Like I joke a lot and I play, and like obviously she didn't think he was ugly or not attractive, da da da. But
but
she just plays a lot, and he's looking for confirmation. When if you're this cocky, guy, why do you need somebody to stroke your ego? Or just communicate it,
Exactly.
or just communicate it with the person. But sometimes you gotta take people for who they are. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
mean, he
can't,
did tell her though. He was like, I don't like all that now.
but he said it's so rude. Anybody, I'm not listening to you unless you sit me down and say, hey, I just want to talk to you. Like, every once in a while, can you do this? That? Then I can hear you. But when you say, I don't like that, da, 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 I'm like, and I'm like, yeah, like you have to talk to me in a way that you want to be talked to for me to hear you. I'm not gonna hear you if you don't do it, a correct way. So maybe that's what the problem was. But and maybe because they joke together all the time. So maybe she just took it too far.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, so this was definitely a good season. I enjoyed it. Tomorrow I probably won't be able to go live because I'm doing my first tumbling class. But I will be back Thursday, 8:30, because I don't have anything to do. So yeah, Thursday, 8:30, I'll be back on here live and we can talk about Danielle and Nick. Who we have left? Danielle and Nick and Shane. We probably should have did two of them tonight because Malin, Sal went about nothing. So we can just go ahead and talk about Nick and Danielle since we're already here. So because I'm trying to think of which one would be the shortest one. I think we want to discuss Natalie and Shane because I got some messages I want to show that Natalie and Shane been putting on social media about their love for each other. But but we can talk about Nick real quick since we already on here. But so Nick and Danielle, did they have a good vibe in the pods?
Yeah. Nick and Danielle was really, really close. They both talked about personal things that bother them as kids, about, the weight and things like
They
that.
both were overweight as kids.
Uh-huh. And so she was very, I will say this, even though she had her ways, she was very vocal about, her issues up front. So I gotta give Nick credit because he handled that very differently, than most men probably would have handled it.
Yeah, I say that about most of the people on the show. I like that they were very, very vulnerable, and like they didn't hold back how they felt and they communicated. I felt like they communicated. I feel like the people who probably wish they would have communicated more would be like Sal. I think he probably wished he would have told her he doesn't feel appreciated enough and he would have
Mm.
got that. And I think that DT probably feels like she wished she would have communicated more because I know she felt that, that Shake wasn't into her like she was into
Mhm.
him and I wish she would have communicated that, while they were together. But who else am I talking about? But yeah, so when I saw Nick and Danielle, I instantly saw a couple that was toxic. And I
Mhm.
said that they didn't need to be together because I feel like Danielle needs work. I feel like Danielle needs to go work on herself before she drags herself into a relationship because she's gonna drive him crazy. Because she's gonna take everything he says as negative and then turn it back around on him. Like everything she did, like he just went out for a little while to meet everybody because it was expected of them to be there and to let them know like, oh, she's sick right now. And she gets back, I was watching you and I saw you out there and I'm laying here on the floor, da da da, like unnecessary fight because he came back. You know what I mean? Like I didn't see the big deal with that. And then you said I didn't need to hang with my friends. And I mean I think he's low key lying though because he did tell the cameras like, is this what life is gonna be like? Is she doesn't really value spending time with me, huh?
His facial expression was funny because he was always looking like this what marriage is. I don't know about this now.
When they were in that hot tub the night before the decision or the night before the bachelorette party, he was gonna say no. He was like frowned up, and he was like,
He was
I don't
like he was gonna be gone by morning before she woke up.
And she even said when she came to the wedding, Nick says we shouldn't get married, then I'm not ready. I felt like he felt a lot of pressure to say yes because he knew if he said no, that she wasn't gonna take it well, and that she was gonna break down. A lot of men have a hard time, these trifling ones out here. They have a hard time telling women no, you know. And I felt like he felt a lot of pressure to say yes because I don't really think he wanted. Like the man was sweating
Now I
profusely.
think he genuinely cared for her though.
I think he cares for her, but I don't think he wants to marry her. I think he understands that they need more time, because
Yeah.
that's a lifetime commitment. Well, it doesn't have to be, but it's supposed to be. A lifetime
I
commitment.
mean, almost. I mean, this is the thing about needing more time about things. I'm not saying go run and get married, nothing like that.
Uh huh.
But like, we can figure this out while we married. You know, I would hate to get divorced, of course, but I think that we spend so much time talking about, we gotta wait. We need some more time.
When I say figure it out, I mean I don't think that she the one for him. It's not that I don't think he cares for her. I just feel like she got a lot of work to do on her own. And I feel like until she do the work that she needs to do to love herself, it's gonna be hard for her to love somebody else. Because anything he does, she's gonna make it about whether or not he loves her instead of that's just his individual actions. Like when he went out that night to see what was going on, instead of her believing like, oh, he just wanted to get out the room, he just wanted to see the people, it was, oh, you don't like me enough, oh, I was boring because I was sick, she made it about her, like everything. When he said, oh, okay, you going out with your friends, is this something you do regularly, instead of her just hearing, hey, I don't know you that well, I want to know, do you go out a lot, is that something you do regularly, I just want to know. She heard, oh, he doesn't like me with my friends, he doesn't want me to have friends, he wants me to be at home. She made everything about her, and about her insecurities. And she even said in her vows, I thought her vows were like too much pressure, because she was just like, you help me feel better about myself. You make me secure when I'm not secure. I just feel like it's too much pressure on somebody to have to be somebody that you're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. But
I say, most men want to feel like they saving somebody, so that might have been something that made him feel more manly, or make him feel wanted.
they gonna be divorced.
You think so?
Definitely. She got she got way she got way too much work. I mean, unless she really, really does the work needed to stop making everything about her and stop, internalizing everything, they're not gonna make it. Because no matter how pure his intentions are, he can't love her for herself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something she has to do. And until she sees value in her and she understands that everybody ain't out to hurt you, everybody's not out to, come at you a certain type of way, whatever it is, like sometimes stuff just happen, everything's not happening to you. She's not gonna be successful in relationships. It's gonna always be toxic. Now, do I believe she would ever leave him? No. But I think she would do something, so bad where she is not gonna be able to be fixed, where he won't come back, you know. So yeah, I mean, you think they're gonna make it? Y'all let me know in the comments if you think that
I think they're gonna make it.
you
I
think
think they're
they'll
gonna
make
make
it.
it.
Okay,
Cause
okay.
her mama was crying. She's like, "Oh
Come on.
God, thank
I'm saying
God."
that's a lot of pressure that way. My heart was beating. I was like, please don't let nobody say no. Like she looked so cute and he looked nice. Some people sweating. That like I feel like it's a bad idea for them to put them people at the altar. I feel like they need to find another way to do it because I feel like they're gonna get the wrong person and have them at the altar, especially if next season if they decide to get creative and let one person say yes first and the next person say no. Imagine being at the altar and you say yes, I want to marry you, and the person looks around and you say I can't do this. Like that's gonna cause some fireworks. That's gonna cause some fireworks. So at least I hope they get all the guns off the set, and I hope they have security ready because, like, when you play with people's emotions, when people think they love you, and they see a future with you, and they've already picked out like what color y'all shower curtains are gonna be, y'all match your BMWs, and you embarrass them in front of family. You picked out this dress. This like the wedding is your day. Like this is your day, and somebody stands in front of you and tells you no. I just feel like that's a bad look. That's a bad look. Yeah. You on mute if you're saying something. Are you saying something? Because you're on mute. Oh, okay. Well, that's all we have for tonight. It's gonna be short and quick. We just wanted to talk about these two, and let us know what do you think of the couples. Who do you think will be the most? Who do you think is gonna be the most successful couple? Who do you think having the babies, the fence, and
That's gonna be Jared and old girl. What's her name?
I mean, we only had two couples, right? Everybody else said no. So,
I
yep.
think it's gonna be them because his family was so supportive in it, so he's gonna want to try to live up to that,
Yeah.
and try to make things right. And because she's so like fragile and gentle, she's gonna give him opportunity after opportunity
Yeah.
to fix things. So
That's true. Well, I'm gonna go with them too because there's only two couples, and we can't go with Danielle and Nick. So it's gonna have to be Jared and Ayana. They're gonna have to be the couple that
This
make.
was a bad season. Love is Blind. I don't know what y'all doing over there.
Yeah, everybody said no. Everybody said.
Everybody
See,
said
that's
no.
the problem with these reality shows. The longer they go, people are gonna start joining just to be on the show instead of actually finding love. And so then some people gonna have pure intentions, and some people just gonna be trying to get their name out there. And we're gonna have a lot of this where people, because come on now, you what they're in their pods for 10 days. Then I think it's like a 6 week process. So like you meet and marry each other within 6 weeks. So it's gonna probably cause a lot of people to sign up, but it's justified if you say no at the end, right? Because you just been knowing this person for 6 weeks. I don't want to marry them yet. But a lot of them not gonna ever really have the intentions of getting married to start with. So I hate to see that, but at least it'll be good for the first couple of seasons. But yeah, don't forget to comment who your favorite couple was, who was the biggest surprise that didn't make the wedding. Like I said, my biggest shock was Sal and Mallory. I thought they really was. I thought she was gonna settle and just marry him,
She
but
said
I was
nope,
shocked.
not today.
He said not today. Okay, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching tonight. Like I said, tomorrow I will not be going live, but I will post that video of Sal and him explaining what happened with the girl that popped up at his house. I also will be posting a line from Shake and what he says, how he feels about the decisions he made. Because Detail, how do you say her name? I don't want to keep saying it wrong. Deep, we'll holler Deep.
Deep.
Deep's brother came out and called out Shake and said he was a clown, and we invited you in our home, and this is how you repay us. Talking about my sister. I guess it's something that she's had insecurities about. He was like, "You're talking about my sister and insecurities that she struggled with her whole life. That's trash of you." And I agree, that's trash of him. So yeah, so I have two videos out tomorrow. One will be of Sal and him explaining his situation. The other will be oh boy, Deep's brother, pretty much calling out Shake, which he deserves to, because for some reason he think he fine, and he said, he did the best he could in that situation. I'm like, okay, but whatever,
His homeboy tried to tell him like, who you think you? It's like y'all want to tell him like, what you think you look like?
They want to be like, hold on, I got a mirror. Hey, look here. I don't know why you keep talking about what she looked like. And then the people on the cast said he was actually
That
worse.
was a good looking woman for him.
That was, and I just like the way they vibed. And I was like, y'all had so much in common. Y'all families were like so down to earth and so similar. Like y'all would have made cute babies. Y'all would have been. Y'all could have been a power couple. Both of y'all were successful. He was a veterinarian. She was in IT. Like they could have complemented each other, So
they trying to get out of that arranged marriage stuff. They won't be able to pick outside of their cultures, mostly him. But
yeah, but I wonder
something that has worked for so long and you've seen the success of it.
Yeah,
you might want to hop on that because ain't that not in these streets.
Ain't nothing out here in these streets, and marriages ain't lasting. Like them arranged marriages are lasting longer than us out here picking folks. So we might need to go with some arranged marriages. We need to get on these churches. They need to be arranging some stuff. Like rent is so high now. I don't see how people are gonna be able to be single going forward. Like people just need to pair up at like 21, 22. They need to just go ahead and range it out and let people pair who they need to be with. So you could pay attention while we're doing the show. That's just a little small thing. Olivia, you could pay attention while we're doing the show, but that's
Not bad.
but no, that's it. So like I said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you comment who's your favorite couple, who you think is gonna last the longest, who were you most surprised by, who didn't make it, and as always, until we see you again, stay bossed up. Peace.